Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my Week 8 NFL predictions. Do want to let you guys know right away, we got a full slate of games. There are no bye weeks. And I got to be at the Waggle Warehouse by 2 p.m. today. So they're going to be kind of fluent picks and explanations. I hope you guys understand. Anyway, last week was rough, coming off of a 6-7 record, but I feel like I'm not alone there. Yet unfortunately, I have to break the news that my record is now only 65-44. We were doing so good. What happened? Never too late to bounce back. Couple of quick plugs as always. Don't forget to use code WyattzWorld on G Fuel or Prize Picks. You can save yourself a discount on any G Fuel products or match up to $100 of your first deposit. But that's all I got for now. Let's get into my Week 8 NFL predictions. All right, so starting off Week 8 with Thursday Night Football, we've got the Buccaneers at the Bills. Look, guys, if everything is okay, if we're still good, then go out there, show me. Come on, let's see it. Sorry, I'm still just salty about hearing that for 3 straight weeks, but if you want me to be honest, I'm expecting an offensive explosion out of Buffalo here. Josh sounds both irritated and aware of the situation that he's just not the player he was last year, and it's because of what they're trying to limit him to do, and he's not going to really care about that anymore. I think we're going to see him run a lot. We're going to see him make a lot of crazy plays that keep plays alive that probably should have been dead. And the Bills are going to throw up 30 points. Say 30-21. Please. All right, moving on to Sunday at noon, we got the Battle of New York, the Jets at the Giants. Look, I'm taking the Jets here 22-10. I guess Daniel Jones is aiming to play, but either way, him or Tyrod, I do not think either of them are going to do good against the Jets defense. Now, as far as how I expect the Jets to generate points, I don't know, man. That's kind of the fun part about watching them every week. It just comes out of nowhere. Giants, I hope you prove me wrong and help us out. Next game we got is a game that I've heard could get flexed, and it's also my game of the week. It is Jacksonville at Pittsburgh. Look, I really want to pick Pittsburgh here, but I'm actually going to go with Jacksonville to win this game. We'll go 24-21. The only reason I can't pick Pittsburgh is because I just don't know if I can trust their offense, and I know I can't trust Matt Canada, so I mean, that kind of goes hand in hand. Matter of fact, I think this is going to be a disaster class from him. As far as Jacksonville goes, yeah, you know, they'll come out some weeks and they'll look like $1 million, and some weeks they will look not so great. But one thing they always consistently do, find a way to generate points. Whether it's ETN, Christian Kirk, Kelvin Ridley, if he comes back to life, I got to roll at Jacksonville by a field goal, and they are going to be 6-2. All right, up next, we got the Eagles at the Commanders. Eagles win 28-7. I think Sam Howell might legitimately get sacked in the teens this game. Like, they're fucked. And Kevin Byard, or Byard, I don't know how to say his name. I feel so bad. But he's going to be lurking in the Eagles secondary, I would assume. Meaning, I don't think any receiver is really going to have a heyday for the Commanders. It's just going to be a disaster. Eagles are going to dominate. Next up, we got the Rams at the Cowboys. Cowboys win 24-20. They do worry me a little bit, but I'm still confident that they're a good team. Rams are going to play tough, but they're not going to win. They're one of those weird teams that's like almost good enough to contend, but just not quite there yet. Top of that, Dallas is just going to be really well rested. I think we're going to see a true Dak attack on the offense. What's that, Scully? Don't ever say that again. Got it. Cowboys win 24-20. Now we're moving on to the Vikings at Green Bay. Look, Minnesota is back, and their next 6 games are extremely winnable. I don't think there's a chance they lose this game, man. Flores has turned nothing into something with that defense, and this is going to be a heated rivalry game that I just don't even think Jordan Love will be ready for when he's at home. Vikings O-line is going to continue to show up. LaFraud is going to continue to choke, and the Vikings win 21-14, and I seriously do think that they have a chance to win all the way up until week 14 when they face the Bengals. Still have a chance then, but that's going to be a tough game. All right, next game we got is the Falcons at the Titans, and this is my dad's pick of the week, and I want to say that when he made his pick, he didn't know who the Titans were starting at quarterback, so it's going to be funny to watch that. Anyway, if you guys haven't heard, Will Levis is expected to start for the Titans and get majority of the snaps, so that makes my decision very simple. I'm going to pick the Falcons to win 19-17 in a stupid-ass game. Maybe Will Levis will shock me, but I just think he is going to be horrible, and I think Desmond Ritter's horrible, therefore, this game is gonna stink. Dad, let's hear it.
Hi, WyattzWorld junkies. It's Wyatt's dad back for another pick. I missed last week, but as you might remember the week before, I correctly picked Detroit Lions to beat Tampa Bay, which brings my record to 4-1 on these cameo appearances. Each week, I try and pick a team or teams involved in matchups that I haven't in the past. So with that in mind, this week we'll look at the Atlanta-Tennessee game. Atlanta goes into Tennessee. Their coach, Arthur Smith, and Arthur Smith was with Tennessee for quite a few years, so he knows them pretty well. I look at the guy, and he kind of reminds me of someone that either would manage a Papa Murphy's or take your order at McDonald's more than a head football coach. Having said that, he's doing a pretty good job with Atlanta. They're going into Tennessee, where Mike Vrabel's had a few problems recently. They're 2-5. I look for Mike Vrabel, though, to get the defense going a little bit to stop Atlanta. And I look for Derrick Henry and Malik Willis, because I don't think Tannehill's going to play, to do a little running on Atlanta. Probably lather Henry up for better than 100 yards. And this game goes to Tennessee, 23-9. Take it to the bank. A quick plug from my Vikings. Quite a game last night against San Francisco, wasn't it? We'll see you next week.
Next game we got is the Patriots at the Finns. Dolphins win 33-20. Look, I wish I could pick the Patriots, but they're really bad, and it takes like a special team to lose to them. And I mean like a really, really special ass team. Dolphins aren't that special though. They'll get it done without a problem. Dolphins dominate. Next game we got is the Saints at the Colts. Look, the Saints secondary is gonna give Minshew some grief, but I actually want to bet that the Colts are gonna come out on top of this game. They don't have to cover Olave, like Carr is just gonna miss him. It doesn't matter. I think this is gonna be a mix of JT Downs, Pittman, maybe even a little Zach Moss. And that combination right there is gonna be enough to sustain a 3-point lead at the end of the fourth quarter, where the Colts walk out victorious, 24-21. Could see an implosion of the Saints this game too, just saying. Next game we got is the Texans at the Panthers. Give me the Texans 26-20. Look, this should actually maybe be a decent game. I don't know. I mean, I just have a hypothetical theory in my head that both of these teams are well rested and they're going to come out firing. But Texans versus Panthers on paper is enough to put me right to bed. I'm going to go with my rookie of the year, CJ Stroud, to light up the #1 pick, Bryce Young. And my reasoning behind it is, well, because sometimes she goes and sometimes she doesn't. That's just the fucking way she goes. Moving on, we got the Browns at Seattle, a game that could be good, but since Watson's out, I'm convinced it's just going to be another catastrophic shit show. And I also think this time the Browns are going to fall, because Seattle is a good team, at least I think. I think they are genuinely like a really good team. And your carnival backyard football acts are only going to get you so far before teams find a way to shut that shit down. Not sure how Gino's going to do, but I do want to point out that the Seahawks are wearing those, you know, throwback uniforms, so that alone is enough to really boost me with enough confidence to pick them. 27-20 Hawks. All right, now moving on, we got the Bengals at the 49ers. This should be a good game. Look, I got the 49ers bouncing back at home. I don't think they're complete frauds, and I think they're going to be extremely angry, and I think Christian McCaffrey is going to shove the football right up the ass of the 4th worst rush defense in the league, who is the Bengals. It'll be competitive, it'll be hard hitting, but San Fran's going to walk out ahead by a touchdown, 27-20. All right, now we got the Chiefs at the Broncos. Again? What? Didn't we just have this game? Fuck this. A lot to a little. Kansas City. Ravens versus Cardinals. Upset? Nah, Ravens are gonna kill them. 30-13. Man, the Cardinals haven't looked good since they beat Dallas, and that was like 4 weeks ago. I see nothing going good for the Cardinals. And a matter of fact, if I could predict one crazy thing to happen during this game, Hollywood Brown's gonna come out of the tunnel back in his Ravens uniform and just try to sneak back on the team. All right, now moving on to Sunday Night Football. I really hope this gets flexed for Jacksonville and Pittsburgh, but as of now, it is the Bears at the Chargers. Look, the Chargers either blow out the Bears or Staley has to go. One of the two, and it has to happen this game. We are entering the part of the year where you either have to shit or get off the pot. What's it gonna be, LA? This time I'm taking you. Do not let me down. 30-17. And ending with Monday Night Football, we've got the Raiders at the Lions. This is going to be a game I legitimately think Dan Campbell will be escorted out of the building by a SWAT team when it's all said and done with. I'm actually talking about a game that could be rated R. Imagine a pissed off adult lion fighting a kindergartner. That is what I imagine this as. Raider fans, the late great Bray Wyatt said it better than anybody. Run. And that is all I got, ladies and gentlemen, for my Week 8 NFL predictions. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, you already know what to do to show support. But like I said, I am kind of in a hurry. So I'm going to hop off, get this edited, make sure you guys get to watch it on time. And as always, I hope you have a fantastic Wednesday, and I will see you in the next video.